Hey guys, and welcome back to part 4 on how to code a GTA 5 10k drop job. Now today's episode you're going to have to put your seatbelt on and listen very carefully, because this episode 4 out of the 5 is probably going to be the most crucial out of all of them. Now, if you've been watching part 1, 2, 3, etc, then you would know that we've done all these so far. We've done the base, we've done the NPCs, we've done the dollar, we've done the inject, we've done the player, and we've done the run. Now I'm going to be showing you how to, well, the next step. So obviously if you've done this on your desktop, which you should have done in the first place, I'm doing PS4 job, you should have pretty much this if you're up to where I am right now. Now once you've done all this, the next step is to run the run.bat file. Open it up, double click, and this will happen. It will play up on your screen for a couple of seconds and it will go away. Reason why I'm saying you need to do this, because it will run through all the code as you see. That will inject directly into all your player folders for later on. Now once you've done the run.bat, you want to go ahead and create a, go back to the Visual Studio. If you haven't installed this already, links in the description, but you might want to go to part 1 first. Otherwise none of this is going to make sense. So once you've installed this, you go and watch part 1 from the beginning. I have got a playlist on my channel, so go to playlist and you'll see. It will be linked in the description as well as it's on my channel. So once you've just run the bat folder, as you see I've done a couple times, you might want to do it a couple times so it definitely saves across to all these. Because you want it, because it's in the same file, it needs to be there correctly. Now all you need to do is go across to here, click file, I'm going to go for new file. Go ahead and file, go ahead and save as, and now you want to go to the down arrow, go to where it says docker, no not docker, sorry I meant dll.dll because it's a DLL file. Go here, backspace this. Now you want to do all lowercase, make sure this is lowercase, you don't want to go any higher, and you want to do extract, like that, extract.dll. Copy this because you're going to need it for the base.javascript in a sec. Go ahead and click save. You will notice now it comes up here as a DAL, which is what you want. If it comes up as something different to a notepad, don't worry, just leave that how it is. You don't want to change that up at all, otherwise it will be very confusing in the minute. So now once you've done this, go ahead and type. So the first type you want to do is the brackets, and then paste the name, and then go and close bracket, enter down. Then you want to do run.exe equals true, enter down again, and now you want to do the DLL, so we want to do extract. So make sure you know what this is actually is called here, or you could just copy this, that is the easiest way. Paste that in, go down again, and then put end, all in caps, just like that. That is the extract pretty much done. Go ahead and click file and then click save. Now go back to the DLL. Go ahead and click rename. Backspace the DLL and change this to bat. Space this, click yes. And now you'll notice it changes. You want to open it up. You should notice it should open and close pretty much instantly. Just like you see right there. Now once that is done that, you can go ahead and rename and change this back to DLL. Reason why I'm saying to do that is because it's extracting this file into one. So go ahead and extract, there we go, back to DLL. Now go ahead and go back to your coding software, click new file, click file, and then click save as. Now we're going to be doing another PowerShell, so let's quickly find the PowerShell. There it is, PowerShell. And then you'll see PS1, that's good, that's what you want. Go to where the dot is, backslash it. Now this is all depending if you're doing Xbox or PS4. In this case, I'm doing PS4, so I'll type PS4. If you're doing Xbox, then go back and type Xbox and then 1. Xbox 1, like that. But in this case, I'm doing PS4, so this is what you're going to need later on when you connect this up to your PS4 or Xbox. Then go ahead and click save. You should notice it comes up in here now, right at the bottom there it is, ps4.ps1. It's not PS1, it's just because it's a PowerShell and then 1 because of what it is. Now you'll notice if you go to here, it will say at the bottom right, do you want to install the recommended extension for PowerShell? Go ahead and click install. This is because PowerShell is a Microsoft team and that's just another section to it. Go ahead and install it, give it a second so it installs. Should say on the side that it's installing. It shouldn't take any longer than 5-6 seconds. Then go ahead and go back to your thing. Then go ahead and one thing I forgot to do, you should go to the extract.del, go ahead and copy the top line for this. Go back to base and then do the usual, as you should know by now, is go ahead and paste that in. Space down. Should probably get rid of that one line there. Oh no, there we go. Then go ahead and space down and then do a bracket out and a bracket in. Just like so. Now as you see right here, these ones have got double ones and this one hasn't. Make sure you haven't got double brackets running. As you see, I'm just going to backspace it, otherwise it will mess up the code later on. Now we got the ps4.ps1. Go ahead and go to here, click rename, make sure you copy the whole title for it, otherwise it will be really annoying in a minute. Copy paste, and that's that bit done. Now go ahead and click hashtag, and then you want to start. Then go under it and go run.exe true, space down, and now you want this, the ps4.ps1, you want all of these files to be run at once. So what you want to do is go ahead and select all and click copy. Then go to under it and click Control V. You'll notice nothing happens, but what you want to actually do is go down a couple of lines. Instead of copying all these as a text, you want to go ahead and click, so you haven't got to copy and paste it, because you'll notice if you go ahead and select all, click copy, and then you select this and press Control V or paste, you'll notice nothing happens. That's good, that you don't want that to happen. If that happens, then you've messed up the whole of this code, and that is where you want to restart from the beginning. But luckily, I know what I'm doing. So now you want to do run dot, and then you want to space, and then all in caps, and it will say expath processing for wildcards. Now you're going to have this huge, I might want to extend this out so you guys can see it. There we go. You're going to have a lot of code now that will come up, because this is what the actual PowerShell is going to be loading. There's pretty much nothing you need to change with this. You want to leave this as it is. Where it goes right at the bottom though, you want to space down and then you want to type in pause. Pause, just like that. Then go under it and type in hashtag and then end. Make sure you do that in capital letters, then go ahead and click file and then click save. Now go ahead and go to where it says ps4.ps1, double click on it. If you double click on it, it loads up as a notepad like you see I've done right now. If it loads up a notepad, that's because you've got it installed. You don't really want to be doing this, you want to get this to run. Go ahead and right click on it, click rename, backspace a couple times so the dot is in between, and do bat, enter it in. It'll say, do you want to change this extension? Click yes. Now you want to go ahead and open this up. You'll notice it opens up for a second and closes. That's what you want, because the last line of code in this is end, which is correct. If you change it to end, then it will open up and just run just like it does for the run one, but you don't want it to be doing this anyways. Now what you want to do is change that. Now you know that's open and closed, you want to go ahead and change that back to PS1. Oh, hang on, wrong. Rename PS1, make sure you do exactly like that, PowerShell 1, then it will go back to its original shape. Now once you've gone ahead and done that for this next line of code, make sure you have went and filed and saved it, otherwise I'm going to punch you in the face, because it's really irritating when people don't do that. Now if you haven't already, make sure you have copied the top. I know I keep forgetting to do this, but by now if you've been watching all my part episodes, you should know what you're doing. Copy and paste it in as usual, go down, add the brackets in, just like so. All ready for the next line. If it says at the bottom at any point in time the language service could not be started, source PowerShell, just ignore that. That doesn't really matter because you're going to be running it later on as an injection. Now you've done the inject, extract, and PS4, and you've done the run, as well as a $, as well as a job. Now you want to go ahead and do another file. I know this episode was, I'm trying to compress this into one episode because this is going to be a lot of coding in one. Now go ahead and click new file, file, save as. Make sure you're in the same file. This is going to be a file type you probably never heard of. If you have, then you probably know what you're going to be doing. I'm trying to find it. It's called Ruby. Oh, there it is. Ruby. There we go. This is, well, how to explain it? This is a mixture of all types of code mixed into one that explains a huge area. This is what the job is going to be all about and how it's going to be running. Now you want to go ahead and click where the dot is and do the usual of backspace in it. And now you want to change this exact same one. You don't want to name it run because it will be the same as the run.bat. You want to change this to TTI, and then you want to do a colon, and then you want to do a 1. Then go ahead and click save. If it says the file name is not valid because of the colon, just like it did there, I was actually hoping it would work. Go ahead and take off the colon and do a /. Now if I save it and it does the same thing again as you see it does right now, what you want to do is go ahead, because some PCs don't allow it and some PCs do, go ahead and backspace it and then do a 1 as well, just a 1 If your PC allows to do this colon or the /, then that's fine. If not, just do TTI11.RB. Then go ahead and click save. Now it will load up this. You'll notice right next to it have a little red icon name, which is really good, and that's what you want. Go ahead and copy the name. You guys should know the drill by now. Brackets, copy and paste in. Copy the first line, back to base. Space down, copy and paste in. Brackets, there we go. You should know the drill by now. Every line of code in the base will have that. Now go back to this, and this is where you want to go ahead and space down, do hashtag install equals true. Then you want to do hashtag false POS, false pos. Then we'll type in KIT kit brackets 888 space down. You want to press the space button 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. Then you want to type in $. Then go ahead and type in OO, enter, true. And then we'll type in back down, go down 2 or 3 levels. So you want to type in kill, then type in equals true. Hashtag start. Then you want to type in under that run.exe false, because you don't want it to be running while this is open, otherwise it will crash your software. Now under this is going back to the other episode. You want to go ahead and get your player.shell, Control C. Just want to copy the title name for it. Then we'll type in COP for cop. Then we'll do sly space run. Make sure you do run in capital letters. I should have done the hashtag. No, hashtag run. It will come up green. Then you want to do another bracket and then paste in this because it will run the PowerShell. Then once it's run the first one, it will run the second, and then as on it will go carry on. Once it's done this, space down a couple times, and you want to type in wwr.rfa.org.pp. But before you do that, make sure you do run equals wwr.rfa.org.pp. If you space down one more time, do hashtag, then you type in KUT44. KU2 is for cut 44, that is the code for GTA. Then go under it and type in, this is going to be the same as everyone, it won't be any different. Type in 008 006 44 557. Before you do all that, make sure you do this, put this in brackets. I should have probably said that, to be honest. Space it down. Next to it, side, hashtag true. Space down again. Now you want to type in comp false. And then you want to type in hashtag end. This time make sure you do this lowercase. Go ahead and file and save that, as you should do. Next step for this, you want to do another run bat this time. Now this next run will be pretty much the same as the current run, run.bat here. run.bat equals true. You want to have this, so go ahead and copy this, but you're going to be changing the name for run. Just make sure you go back to this one and make sure it says true. Make sure it's got the pause under it as well, because you want the pause to be happening. So just click File, New File, and we'll open up this side, File, Save As. Take all this back. You won't actually really need to search this up if you know what you're doing from this point on, but as I can just show you, all you just leave it as plain text because it's going to be changed. Now this will be PC.bat, because when you inject this to your PlayStation or Xbox, you'll have one injected on your PlayStation and one injected on your PC. So now, once you've done PC.bat, this is why I'm doing PC, because you're going to have run this one and this. This is for one for the PlayStation that runs automatically, and this is the one for your PC. So PC.bat, click Save, opens up on here, Control V, go ahead and backspace this part to PC.bat, and then the same for this one where it says run.bat, change it to PC.bat. You haven't really got to change much, then go enter down and do pause. Then go ahead and you know the drill by now. Copy the brackets, go to base, paste it in, and then brackets it out. You should know that by now if you watch all the part episodes we've done so far. And I hope you guys are really enjoying this series so far, because it takes a lot of effort to record this and try to get the best quality for you guys. Now you've done this, you want to go back to PC.bat. Make sure you do file save, otherwise it will give you an error when you run this in a sec. Now go back to here, and the PC.bat should be under the NPCs done correctly. Open it up and it should come up with loads of this code. This time this PC one should stay up just like this because it's done a pause. I'll quickly close it and relaunch it just to show you. It should run through the code and it will sometimes stay on, sometimes it won't. As you saw that time, it went off. If I run it again just to make sure that the code is fine, the code will run through user, etc. That's good. So now you got that PC one and you've got the run. Now what I'm going to say, in this folder, this will be the same if you're doing it for the Xbox as well. Inside this folder, go create a new folder, and then you want to type in run. Just run on its own. Now you want to go ahead and select, hold Alt and select run.bat and PC.bat. And now you'll have both of them selected. Right click and then click cut. Now you'll notice these two will be slightly greyed out. Now go to where it says run and then go ahead and click paste. Now you'll have these two in here. If we go back, you'll notice they're not in here anymore. They've gone. Now you want to create a new folder and you just want to name this JS. Now go ahead and hold down Control and select NPC, base and the $sign. Do the same thing again, cut, go JS and paste. Now if you go back, you'll notice they're gone, and now you just got the players, the PS4, the TTI11.RB and the inject.gsc. Now the very last step we're going to be doing today before this part is over is to create one last document. So we go new file, file, save as. Just save it in the main folder in general. So PS4, job, etc. Don't go in JS or run this time. Go ahead and scroll all the way down right to the bottom and select Python. Python. There it is, Python. And you'll see it does this and then .py. Now go ahead and backslash this, and you want to make sure this says job, all in caps. Make sure this is all job, because it's going to go back now to where this folder is selected. Now go ahead and click save. This is probably the most simple one to do. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, if it comes up with do you want to install recommend extension, make sure you do click install. You don't want any errors for the Python at all. It wouldn't be nice to get an error. Go ahead and backslash that. Now you should notice you've done it right at the bottom right. It should say Python. That's what you want to say. All for this one you have to do is run equals true. Space down. Oh, actually, before you do run equals true, right at the top, make sure you've got the same as, there it is, you know the drill, the same drill. Make sure this is in brackets right at the top. Copy paste, there we go. Go ahead and copy that as well. Go back to where is it? Base, there it is. Space down again, and do the brackets. And there we go. And that is going to be the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed today's video. And I'll see you for the final part, for part 5, in the next episode. I'll see you then, guys. Remember to save.